Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu. Apache Cassandra with Python, episode 9 of 12. In a distributed system with no global locks, two users try to register the exact same username at the exact same millisecond. How do you guarantee only one of them actually gets it? The mechanism that resolves this is called a lightweight transaction. Before explaining how to implement them, we need to clear up the name. A lightweight transaction in Cassandra is not a traditional multi-table ACID transaction. You cannot open a transaction block, write to 3 different tables, and roll everything back if one step fails. A lightweight transaction is strictly scoped to a single partition. It is a conditional operation, essentially a distributed compare and set. To claim a unique username without race conditions, you write a standard insert query, but you append the specific clause "if not exists" to the end of it. Cassandra will check the cluster to see if that partition key already exists. If it is absent, the write goes through. For an update operation, you use the clause "if" followed by a column name and an expected value. You can instruct the database to update an account status only if the current status matches a specific string. Executing these queries from Python requires handling the response differently than a normal write. A standard write in Cassandra either succeeds silently or throws a timeout error. But when you append an if clause, the database must tell your application whether the condition was actually met. The Python driver handles this by returning a specialized result set. When you execute a lightweight transaction, the first row of the return data contains a special Boolean system column. The driver exposes this column under the name applied, surrounded by square brackets. You execute your insert query and fetch the first row from the result. You then evaluate that bracket applied bracket column. If you are returning dictionary rows from the driver, you access the key as a string. If the value evaluates to true, the condition was met and your new user successfully claimed the username. The operation is complete. Here is the key insight. You need to understand exactly what happens when that bracket applied bracket column evaluates to false. If your insert fails because the username is already taken, Cassandra does not just return a simple rejection flag. The driver populates the result row with the actual data that caused your condition to fail. Because your condition was rejected, the database reads the existing row and hands it back to your Python application in the exact same response. You receive the false applied flag, and alongside it, you receive the current state of the conflicting record. If you were trying to update a balance based on an expected previous balance, you get the actual current balance back immediately. Your Python code knows exactly what data blocked the transaction, entirely eliminating the need to run a follow-up select query to find out why the write was rejected. Lightweight transactions give you strict concurrency control at the partition level, and the Python driver makes it highly efficient by handing you the blocking state for free whenever a condition fails. Thanks for listening. Take care, everyone.